Hey beautiful people, Alex James Tice here, bringing you Wisdom Walker Yoga, full-length class titled Enhanced Clarity. And in these times of change, as the planet rolls through what it goes through, and we sail our own ship of our personal self through the waters, my wish to you is that you find enhanced clarity on your most beautifully lifted path that you can find for yourself. Eternal love, everyone. See you in the practice. Hi, beautiful people. Here we are landing on our yoga mats once again. So perhaps come and settle right into child's pose. Of course, you're welcome to come into any space that is feeling natural for you to ground into your moment. And we're just going to let these waves wash over us, right, every day. New downloads, new unfoldments, new inner standings. And in order to really process the vastness of life, we have to create space to enhance clarity and to ground into, our higher aspects so that we can really see things from the bigger parts of ourselves. So as you come into this first space of, child's pose, you're entering into the integration phase of your practice, and that's just exactly what's going to happen, is you're integrating, all the scattered parts back into that unified wholeness. So feel, the big toes come together, the knees spread apart, the hips drawn back towards the heels, spine lays out forward. You can, stretch your arms out long or rest them by your sides. Maybe head rests on the mat or the yoga block. And you just come into stillness, right? That peaceful spaciousness that is bestowed from nature freely all the time, unceasingly. The one thing that never ends is the silence and the stillness from which all movement and creation and expansion and growth and expression emerge from. So as you kind of settle in, just scanning your body, see what kind of body you brought to your yoga practice. Feel what's going on inside your own tissues, right? Because your mind and your body, right, are shared in the same space. And if you take a step back behind them, they come from the same place, so they're really the same. Feeling the body grounded on the earth, so nice to always remind yourself that there is a stability. We do have an inner power connected back to the center point of creation. And when we ground down in this first position, we can feel the earth underneath the legs, underneath the arms, right? The earth's holding the head up. You can release some of the tensile tension that's kind of wrapping the spine, kind of holding us in a fixated state. And we can just let things flow and be more malleable because we want to let the energy flow and grow. So as you feel your body on the ground, you can feel clothing on your skin. And you can feel the breath just rolling in and out. The ribs are doing what they're doing. And maybe you can breathe a little deeper by now. Start to breathe into the belly button, down into the hips. Fill out the lower abdominals. Right, fill in, the pelvic basin. Right, breathe air all the way down into the pelvic floor. And just start the inward core circulation. Right, that tether line back to your power, which is an inward journey. And if you'd like to take a, child's pose twist, we can take our left arm and maybe float it to sky on the inhale, and then thread the needle, and left arm can reach across the heart and rest on the underside mat. And as you come into this nice spiral, the spine's still lengthened out because we always twist from length. Opposite hip, opposite shoulder, opening out that nice diagonal. And then you just have a perfect opportunity to release. We come into positions. We hold the integrity to maintain the connection, but then we let go of everything that doesn't serve us. So any distortion or any space that's not in alignment gets exposed in the practice. Face is peaceful. Take about one more inhale. And And when you're ready, exhale, let's slide across to the other side. So unwind nice and steady. You take your right arm, reach it up high, and then exhale, wrap it across underneath the heart, under tuck through the shoulder, and get the other side spinal line. As you're coming into the moment, see if you can feel, the rhythms, right? Our body's always given us sensory rhythms, the heart waves, right? The heartbeat in there, the lung waves, right? The breath expansion, breaths per minute, right? Less means you're taking deeper breaths and getting more out of them. And the brain waves, right? And as we get into higher perception, more of those meditative states, right, we know those brain waves are expanding. And these are all energy doorways that we're aligning so that we can stream that core central energy through us into the outer vehicles, right? Like the mind and the body are external to something, right? They come from spirit. So we're taking that spirit energy and we're infusing it into, our matter body and our mental body and our emotional body and all the other structures that we will come to know. So let's take one more inhale. When you already exhale, slide it all the way out, come on back to middle. As you come into the middle place, let's take one moment and set an intention for our yoga practice. As you arrived here, it wasn't by accident. We all have a life path and a mission and a deeper calling. So as we, see how yoga shows up for ourselves, or how does yoga show up for you in your life? It could be your mental reason, emotional reason, a physical reason, or a spiritual reason. And as you identify this reason, create a connection, you set the intention, and you fortify an integral life path, which is really just going to reopen yourself back to your creational power, right? To heal what needs to be healed, let go of what needs to be let go of, and to grow your joy, right? And to express your dreams. Beautiful. When you are ready, with intention set, breath deep, and the body ready, let's float it up tabletop. Come on right into a 4 on the floor, shoulders over wrists. Spread those fingers nice and wide and push the palms into the mat. Feel the connection. And we'll take a few cow-cat tilts. Sternum draws to earth, inhale. And then shoulder blades part, top of back to sky, exhale. And just wave through the spine. Inhales to exhales, cow to cat tilts. Classic vinyasa. And again, you're circulating energy, right? Again, moving is a pump, right? Movement is a pump, right? The breath is a pump, right? You can direct with focus by observance and then selecting, right? Thoughts and emotions and leaning into them or not leaning into them, right? And so the key is the awareness to watch and feel everything. We'll include it. We don't run from it. And as we take these movements, we create a space of amplified energy, which helps us handle some of the more unbalanced stuff inside of us and helps us process it. So after that last cow-cat tilt, level it on out. Let's tuck our toes and float those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Fingers still spread wide, palms pressed strong, and it should feel good to start to awaken your strength. Right? Press those arms straight, let the hips float sky high, come into this nice upside down V shape. Right, let the head and neck relax between the strength of the arms. Right, just start to untether from, all those false realities, all those lesser versions, right? Those old spaces that no longer serve us. Because every yoga pose is like a rebirthing, right? It's like resurrection technology. You're rising yourself from unconscious back into consciousness, right? Back into at one-ment. So if you want to pedal the feet, walk the dog out, sass the hips, right? Shake your head yes or no. Maybe take a couple conscious breaths, right? Sometimes it's so easy to forget to breathe, and when you're with the breath, it's a game changer. Breathe in deep, right? Use the diaphragm to reach into the organs, into the tailbone if you can, all the way down. Now let's take one more inhale and bring those knees on down, tabletop on the exhale. Let's grab a side balance. So float the left leg out behind us. Float it in the air if you can, and then we're going to balance on the right side body and start to float left arm to sky. So roll the left ribs open. Good. Extend out. Make your lines. You're searching for your center, right? You're finding a deeper center. That's one of the best parts about the shapes, the asanas, especially when you come into balance. You got to identify and feel consciously your coordinates. So if you can, feel the left hand up nice and high and point it forward to the front of the room. So you're creating a straight line from left foot to left hand, stretching the whole left side of the body long, still breathing through your shape. And if you can, let's bend that left foot back and then circle left hand behind you. And let's find that little side bow. All right. Grabbing the foot, you might be able to lightly kick open, foot through hand, and open left shoulder and hip. Give it one more big inhale, fill the body. Exhale, roll it back to tabletop with control. Land it down softly, and let's grab the other side. Right leg extend out. And then shift over left side body and hover right arm to sky. Find that center. It's the same center. You're on the other side body, but it's the same center, right? It's that common denominator, right? That unified space that all things emerge from, the one source that all diversity shares. So take those right fingertips, point them on forward if you can. Find that sideline, expand, making a beautiful horizon with the right side body. When you're ready to bend that right foot back, just grab it on with your hand. Take a little side bow, maybe add a little tension, lightly kick into that hand gently and open out right hip and shoulder, big inhale. And then with control, release on the exhale, float it on down. Tabletop, tuck those toes, float the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Arms are strong, fingers spread wide, head and neck relaxed. Keep resetting, right, into the technique, right, into the consciousness of how you really integrate into the poses and embody them. So let's lift those heels on an inhale. Bend the knees, exhale, travel feet top of the mat. Come on right into this forward fold. So feet either close or wide if you're really tight on the back side. Bring the feet wide to edge of yoga mat. Bend those knees, hinge at the hips, and just soften all the way down. Grab opposite elbows if you like. Sway side to side. Maybe just rest the hands right by your feet, right? Fingers by the sides of the feet. And just let it untether, right? We're still concentrating on that spinal, right? That center awareness, the lightning rod of consciousness. We're unrestricting it, we're freeing it out, and we're removing all those unconscious consolidation points that are, imprints of, traumas in our mind, and wherever we're holding stress, it's blocked energy. So that's going to manifest, and if we can do work on our center space, such as the spine, we're going to go pretty deep into our templates. All right, beautiful. Let's come into our first halfway flat back, hands to shins, heart forward, draw that spine out. Good, all right. Now press the arms straight, roll the shoulders back, right? Get length. If you can tip the tailbone up to sky and put a little lumbar arch in, that's very nice. Feel how peaceful the face is. Take one more inhale, and then forward fold on the exhale. Awesome. Reverse swan dive. We're going to roll it up to sky, and as we sweep those arms up on the inhale, lace the fingers and point the indexes. Let's take a nice steeple mudra. Big inhale. And then up and over to the left on the exhale. Stretch the right side body, nice and smooth. Breathe into those expanding ribs. And then let's pull it all the way back up, sky high inhale, and steeple mudra, lean it off to the right, exhale. Beautiful. Sky it back up on the inhale. Lace the fingers, roll the palms to sky. Nice inhale, and then exhale, press the hands behind the head, let the elbows span wide, stretch through some space. And then inhale, push those hands back upward. Maybe lean it back, and then exhale, release and swan dive, forward fold. Awesome. Halfway flat back inhale. Plant those hands, step it on back, high plank to low plank. Exhale, wash it through. Release the feet, extend through the back of the toes, and then lift the heart forward and up. Rolling the shoulders back and riding that forward lift with the heart inhale. And then on the exhale, slide it back, either child's pose or downward facing dog. Right, it's all about regulating the energy and bringing ourselves into an energetic groove. Right, we even see like musicians, they kind of build the groove and the rhythm, and they play with a few licks before they really get the energy going, and then they fly off into solos, right, because the spirit built and it just roars through them. Right, so again, we're just finding these nice little, cycles and kind of giving ourselves a few pumps before we really lift our energy. Now when you are ready, let's come all the way up and back, downward facing dog. So float through tabletop, tuck the toes, hips all the way up and back, downward facing dog. All right, time for sun salutation. So breath and body are going to unite on a deeper rhythm. So when you're ready, inhale, lift those heels, bend the knees, exhale, travel top of mat. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, bow low. Reverse swan dive, sweep them up, inhale, lace it into steeple, indexes point. Exhale to left, take a side lean. Inhale back to center high. Exhale off to right. Inhale back to center. Lace the fingers, roll palms high. Inhale. Exhale, hands behind the head, elbows wide. Inhale, hands press the sky, leaning back. Exhale, swan dive, wash it through, forward fold. Inhale, halfway flat back, breathe it out. Plant those hands. Exhale, hop or step, lower through. Exhale, find that vinyasa space. Heart lifts, shoulders back, breath flows in lovingly. Exhale, hips on back, downward facing dog, tailbones to high point. And we're going to take 2 more of these back to back. So let's just keep circulating this life force into our day, into our body, right into our existence. So inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, travel top of mat. Inhale, halfway flat back. Exhale, bow low. Reverse swan dive, build it tall. Inhale, steeple mudra. Exhale, left side, lean open. Inhale, back to sky high. And then exhale, right side, lean. Inhale, center up, lace fingers, roll high. Exhale, hands behind head, elbows wide. Inhale, push them back to sky, maybe lean it back. Exhale, release, forward fold, glide it low. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, hop or step back. Glide it on down. Strong on the control, right? No rush. Inhale, lift the heart, shoulders back. Inhale. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. We got another time, ride it around. So inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, travel top of mat. Halfway flat back, breath flows in. Exhale, bow low. Sweep it up, reverse swan dive. Steeple mudra. Exhale to left lean. Inhale, back to sky, and let's glide it right. Exhale. Center back, inhale, lace the fingers, palms up. Exhale, hands behind head. Inhale, press them back high and lean back. Exhale, release and cascade, forward fold. Halfway flat back, breathe the middle. Plant the hands, hop or step back. Another vinyasa, core strong, body long, and flow with the song. Rise up, heart lifts, and then exhale, either child's pose or downward facing dog, and breathe. Now this is the key moment, right? Coming much more intimately back into the stillness, but things have changed because we have done conscious action and we've followed a formula and we've stirred the energy, right? So how is the energy moving, right? Was it an effective tool, right? Were we in a zone where things are getting more chaotic, or are we actually harmonizing and stabilizing and aligning and amplifying positive, moments in time, right? Creating a good anchor. And of course, this is an energetic experience where you're consciously overlaying, creating an awareness of energy, which is not a skill that's found too common in society. And so you're giving yourself the gift of being energetically sensitive, and you're feeling it on the mat, but it's going to carry with you because fundamentally we want ourselves to be changed and impacted in a way where we can go out into the big world of energy and follow the same skill sets to feel and be more conscious, so we don't get blindsided by energy, so we have a better, chance to create and steer. And, it's better if you have a map, and if you can read energy, then you have the ultimate versatile, flexible map of life, right? Because energy is our teacher always. All right, let's float all the way up and back, downward facing dog. All right, nice and smooth. Let's take our right leg to sky, inhale. Let's bend the right knee and roll the right hip open. Just take a little down dog hip integrator. Push through the arms, feel the strength coming in. Look under the right triceps, roll the right ribs, roll the right hip open, belly button points off the side wall. And then inhale, straighten right leg back to sky and soften on down to earth. Exhale, down dog. And then the other side, left leg, breathe it up nice and smooth. We're going to bend the left knee. We're going to roll that left hip out nice and steady. Good. Belly button faces off the left side wall. Good. Arms are strong. Push it through. Maybe peer under the left tricep. Right. Roll the ribs. Roll the hip open. Ride the spiral to your own degree. Inhale, left leg nice and straight back to sky, and exhale, down dog on the exhale. Let's roll it out, high plank on an inhale, and then press the hips back, down dog on the exhale. Good. Let's just take 2 more of those. Roll it on out through the vertebrae. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale, core muscles, pull your hips up and back. Go 1 more, nice and smooth. Inhale, roll it out. Exhale, push those hips sky high back. Good. Inhale, roll it out, high plank. This time we're going to vinyasa, just lower through. Exhale, glide all the way down. Lift the heart, scoop the chest. And then exhale, hips all the way back, downward facing dog. Let the head relax, let the brain get flush with new blood. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees. Exhale, travel top of mat. Halfway flat back, inhale. Bow low, squat those hips, exhale. Fierce pose. Here comes Utkatasana, torso and arms reach the sky. As the hips sit down and back, belly button, navel pulls in, and the heart lifts. And notice how we like a lifted heart, but you can only control your spine and lift the heart from a stable navel, right? The belly button zone's got to brace the lumbar spine and set the foundation, right? Lumbo-pelvic rhythm's good. So hips are down and back, weights through the heels. Make sure you pick up those 10 toes if you want to check your center. All right. You can let the toes rest once you know you're at your center. And then let's take an inhale. Let's take T-twist to the right. So right arm off to the right, left arm reaches out in front, heart turns to the right side, still in fierce. And then inhale back to fierce. And let's go off to the left side. Exhale, T-twist. Just adding another dimension. And then back to classic fierce and stand tall, reach up and lean back, inhale. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Halfway flat back, inhale. Plant the hands just the left leg, step it back. Spin it flat. We're going to come into warrior one. So we're going to rise up on the in-breath. Torso lifts, arms like blades to sky. Right toes, point them forward. Back left foot spun flat. And if you need to hop the left foot off a little bit to the left to create railroad track alignment, or walk and heel toe your right foot off to the right, create a little space between the heels so that you have room to push through the back left foot and then spiral the left hip forward. Squaring out, tuning yourself, right? Attuning, adjusting the instrument, the divine instrument of the body. And you're doing it not from the mind or any academic space, you're doing it from the consciousness of spirit, right? It's the inner knowing, which is beyond belief. And belief is only a realm that is a limitation of mind. So let's sit a little lower, reach those hands sky high. Let's reach up, lean back, inhale. Hands to earth, exhale. And then high plank. And let's pause here. And we're going to grab a side plank. So right arm to sky. If you want full side plank, you can ground the left knee down if you want to go back to the earlier modified side plank, side tabletop. Now feel the core muscles engaging. Breath flowing. You guys have some awesome ujjayi going, right? One more big inhale. Right hand to earth, high to low plank, vinyasa, exhale. Good. Scoop that chest, cobra, up dog. And then either child's pose or downward facing dog. Where do you need to go for your energy? Right? The key lesson is to give yourself permission. So many people beat themselves up. We're all our own worst critic. The mind wants to pull you into a unsustainable pace, especially when fear and anxiety programs start to, run amok. So we need to be very conscious of ourselves and be the master of our mind and our subconscious mind and pull them into the diamond mind, which is a fully actualized space of awareness that unifies all of the fractured parts of us and lovingly bonds it back in. Almost like that beautiful Japanese art where they take broken pottery or things and they bond it back with gold. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're taking our golden currents and we're healing ourselves, healing the wounds of time and ending the cycles of sorrow. So beautiful. Let's call to mind that intention that we said at the beginning of yoga. And then let's float it through tabletop and we'll come up and back downward facing dog. Awesome. Lift those heels on an inhale, bend the knees, exhale, travel top of mat. Halfway flat back, inhale. Bow low, exhale, squat the hips. Fierce pose, Utkatasana, navel's in, heart lifts, sit the hips down and back. Just rocking right into a power stance. Again, this is boosting the metabolism, definitely generates heat, which is showing you that you're building energy. And just like when the body, creates a fever, it's not a negative thing, even though it doesn't feel good. It's burning away all the pathogens, all the invaders, all the things that shouldn't be there. So let's take an inhale. T-twist to the left, holding fierce pose, but turn heart to left side room. Left arm behind you, right in front. Beautiful. Back to fierce, inhale, and then off to the right side, T-twist, exhale. Good. Notice how you can keep taking the edge off, holding the pose, but staying calm. In order to do that, you got to breathe deep. You can't let the breath go shallow. Beautiful. Right arm circle back, stand tall, reach up and lean back, inhale. Exhale, swan dive, wash all that out. Good. Inhale, halfway flat back. Plant the hands. Exhale, just your right leg. Step it back. Spin it flat. Find railroad track alignment. And then let's come into warrior one. Left toes forward. Inhale, root to rise. Torso lifts, arms to sky. Left toes are pointed forward. Back right foot spun flat. Feel the outer blade of your back right foot. Right? You can go anywhere. Right? Feel your left knee. Now feel your left hip. Notice how your awareness is traveling. Now feel your right shoulder. Now feel your left shoulder. Now feel both your fingertips. Your consciousness is up there. Now go all the way back to your right foot, outer blade from heel to pinky, and feel it pushing into the earth. And notice how you can feel the earth and your foot at the same time. There's a space where they meet. That's the eternal moment where everything merges into one as connection. So push that right foot into the earth and pull the right hip forward. Sit a little lower in that left leg. And then reach those hands up. Big breath, inhale. And then hands to earth, exhale. Step it back to high plank. Pause here. Let's grab a side plank. Left arm to sky. If you want to modify, ground the right knee, side tabletop. But lift those hips up and away. Strong and steady. Face is peaceful. Breath is deep. And again, there's definitely a deeper presence within you. You can feel it. Right? You're less clouded. You're more focused. You're more clear. More you. So one more inhale. Left hand to earth. Exhale. High to low plank vinyasa. Glide it on down. Lift the heart. Rise up. Inhale. Either child's pose or downward facing dog on the exhale. Again, give yourself permission. Right? We want to come out of the unsustainable paces, and we want to tune back into the eternal rhythm. Like Lao Tzu said, nature does not rush, yet nature accomplishes everything. So adopt the pace of nature. Right? Be like nature. Right? Be the loving flow. Right? Everything is super unique, but it works together because it remembers it's all one. And when we go out into nature, we definitely get out of our regressive parts of our mind and we come into more clarity because we can see things more authentically because nature is a supportive energy field. Very different than some of the blue screens and electromagnetics, all that stuff, right? So again, just come back to yourself, starting on the inside and then, revision the world around you as best you can. And that's all you can do, right? As best you can. Full effort is full victory. So let's come all the way up and back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's take our right leg to sky, give it a nice big breath up. Let's go right knee, right tricep, exhale. Float it on back to sky, inhale. Right knee, left tricep, thread it through, exhale. Back to sky, inhale. And then right knee to core on the exhale, squeeze it in there. And then float it back to sky, inhale. And now step the right leg through top of mat, spin the back left foot flat. Warrior number 2. Inhale, root to rise, left arm rainbows behind, right in front. Point the right toes forward. Spin that back left foot parallel flat to the back edge of the mat. So heel and pinky toe are on the same line, not one is kicked back further than the other. And as low as you sit into the right leg, pull the left hip back, squaring off the left side yoga mat. Check out that left arm behind you. Make sure it's where you want it to be. Same horizon as the right arm. And turn your gaze forward down the right front fingertips and just stare all the way out into space. Now imagine there's a very narrow but tall stone arch doorway that you can only fit through if you are perfectly sideways like you are, right? Kind of like a blade or a knife or a DVD slot on the vertical alignment, right? The DVD slides right in to that vertical space. And so Warrior 2 is providing a shape that's helping you guide your consciousness and your energy in ways that, some situations require, right? Mental dexterity, right? I mean, there's a reason why, a knife is shaped the way it is because it can cut through dense things. So our bodies are a tool and we are holding a shape which is bringing an energy in that's holding a formation that can help us cut through dense things, right? And again, we're breathing through it. So 3 more breaths. Conscious, deep, all the way in. Awesome. All right, power of 3. Straighten front leg, hands to sky, inhale. Float it back, Warrior 2 on the exhale. Inhale back to sky. Warrior 2, exhale. And one more, nice inhale up. Warrior 2 on the exhale, and here comes Peaceful Warrior. Right palm to sky, we'll lean it back. Left hand can rest on the left leg. And as low as you want to sit, stay strong in that right leg. Right, anchor all the moving parts of the body within the larger rhythm of unity. And that's what posture and rhythm and grace and flow and eloquence is. It's the dance of all to the one. So let's take one more inhale, big breath in. All right, exhale, Warrior 2, and then cartwheel those hands all the way forward on down to earth. Turn on the left toes. Stay right here for a moment. All right, we're going to open right arm to sky, dragonfly twist. Left arm pushes into the ground, right arm rolls open. Feel your back left foot. Push the toes into the ground and lift the left heel to the sky. Activate the toe loop, the foot loop. And then if you can, slide that back left foot back, but keep the heel to the sky and the toes pressed downward. And that should help shift you forward into lunge more and get a little bit more space through the body. Heart reaches away from hips, right arm to sky. Take one more nice big look, inhale here. And then right hand to earth on the exhale. And let's walk our hands to left side straddle, stretch. So we're going all the way to yoga mat left side, feet turn parallel. All right, bow right between those legs. Feet push down, knees can press back to straighten out to your own degree. And the hips and the bum bones, just float them high. Torso melts all the way down. Feel how gravity waterfalls right through you. Again, notice how you're rinsing out stuff, right? Of course, you're getting blood flow through the tissues, but again, emotions, right? It's like a layer, right? It's like we're waterlogged in an interesting way when we got heavy emotions, and it weighs us down. Our bodies feel heavier, even though if we stepped on a scale, they'd, still be the same physically, right? But again, there's that psychic weight, and that's the heaviest weight, right? Heavier than any physical weight is, resolution in the mind is so powerful. So maybe grab big toes, grab edges of feet, ankles, calves, whatever you need. Beautiful. All right, nice and steady. Let's come on back to middle. Take our halfway flat back. Inhale the heart out. Hands to hip bones. And just take another inhale. Float all the way up to sky. Now we're going to send those arms to sky on the inhale. And let's go Warrior 2, exhale. All right, beautiful. Now we're going to feel that left arm behind us. Circle it forward and turn on those left toes. Let's pull it right into high crescent. So hips square forward. Back left heel lifts, pivoting on the left toes. Right toes are pointed forward as low as we want to sit. Good, and that's a nice little angular adjustment, right? Some footwork, right? Grace, but balance. You got to know yourself and know your center. You got to feel yourself. And when people are too much in their minds, their body's clumsy because you're not in your body. You're not with yourself. You're getting pulled away. Because remember, the mind either projects you into the future or the past. And if you're not in your body, you're not here. You think you're here, but you're not, because your body only lives in the present moment. That's why if you're in a fearful place in your mind, your body starts making chemistry like you're in that space. But in reality, everything's fine. All right, let's take an inhale, reach those hands sky high. Lean the torso forward, arms, point them back behind you on the sweep, exhale low. Inhale, rise back to high crescent, reversing that. And let's do 4 more. Exhale, just sweep it through. Beautiful. Inhale, fly it up. Good. Exhale, sweep it through. Last 2. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, another flow low. Good. Inhale, rise up. We'll go 1 more down and up. Exhale, cycle through. Beautiful. Inhale, float it back. Big breath. Open the arms wide on the exhale. Good. Big breath, inhale. Hands back to prayer, exhale. And if you can, take a nice power step forward, top of mat. Come to top of mat, mountain pose, stand tall. Push the feet into the earth and rise up and circle the arms sky high on the inhale. And then hands to prayer, exhale. Balancing onto your left leg tree pose, right toes kickstand or calf perch. Let's find some space. Good. Rooting down, shoulders like clouds, face is peaceful. If you'd like to extend your branches, reach them up to sky. And come into that steadiness, that sthiti, right? The yogic word for steadiness. And in steadiness, you can see more, you can feel more. Feel the breath spiraling in through your nose. Notice how you're aware of the sensation and recognize that, that sensation's always there, but we're not always conscious of it, and how much else is always here that we're not conscious of. Beautiful. Feet to ground, hands to sky, nice big reach, inhale, hands prayer, exhale. Circle hands back up, inhale, and then bring them on back to prayer, exhale. All right, balancing on the right leg, float the left leg out in front of you, bend the knee, and then flex the toes to the shins. Push the crown of the head upward. Take one more inhale. And then here comes warrior 3. Float the left leg behind. We're going to lean forward on the exhale. Good. Take your flight. Breathe. Stay light even though you're working. That's how you move through dense energy fields without accumulating any detritus. You got to continually be in the phase of release and forgiveness and allowance and letting go, while still holding your own, standing your own ground. Feel that left foot, gently land it back into warrior 2. Take your right palm to sky, peaceful warrior, inhale, lean it back. Exhale, cartwheel those hands to ground, high to low plank, ride that vinyasa. Wash it through, cycle down, lift the heart, breathe it up. Exhale back, either child's pose or downward facing dog. Come back to where you need to be. Come back to you. Right? Because if you're not going back to you, where are you going? Right? The only way you're going to continually grow and perpetuate into, loving eternal existence is to continually refresh yourself and revisit yourself and deepen into yourself. And of course, as you go inward, that's the same center point that every aspect of creation has. Right? We're all born from source and source energy, so that connection, that wellspring of eternal life is inside all of us. It's inside of you, and as you come back to you, that's the power. All right, let's come all the way up and back, downward facing dog. We got the other side coming our way. So let's take that left leg to sky, nice big breath up. Left knee, left tricep, exhale. Back to sky, inhale. Left knee, right tricep, exhale. Back to sky, inhale. Left knee to core, squeeze it on in. Good, breathe it back, sky high. And then exhale, step left leg through and spin the back right foot flat, warrior number 2. Root to rise, inhale, rainbow and right arm up, left arm in front. Point the left toes forward and pull that right hip back. Beautiful. Now as you sit nice and low into the legs to your own degree, the heart rises to match the depth of the anchor. You got to ground and rise at the same time. And that's the reciprocity. And that's the balance of the harmonization of the omnipolar point, where the polarities get to express their individuality, but then stay in connection with the oneness. And that's the unified power. Beautiful. Feel the energy of the shape. Remember, you can cut through dense things. So anything that feels daunting, come back to this energetic moment in time, an anchor that you're creating, an encryption within you, and you'll find the inner strength because you're building it right here. All right, power of 3, straight in front leg, hands to sky, inhale. Warrior 2, exhale. Good, 2 more of those. Inhale, breathe them up. Exhale, warrior 2. And one more, nice big breath. Warrior 2 on the exhale. Front left palm to sky. We'll float up and back, peaceful warrior. Good, let those ribs open. Alright, like if the ribs were blinds, they're spreading apart. If the heart's sunbeams are coming right out of your ribs through the intercostals. And against a 2-way street, you can breathe in and breathe out. Right, life's got to flow in and out. Keep the natural laws of creation flowing through us. One more big inhale. Cartwheel those hands to earth on the exhale. Turn on those right toes. Ground the right hand open, left arm to sky, dragonfly twist. Try to lift the back right heel as you push the right toes down, and maybe slide the back right foot back. Heart reaches forward, and try to roll your navel over that left thigh, and then roll your left ribs open. Put a little smile on your face as you look to sky. Take a big inhale. Left hand to earth, exhale, and hand walk to your right side mat straddle stretch. Beautiful. All right, if you want to take a couple of Skandasa side lunges, you can turn the right heel in a bit, and you can rock towards the right leg and rotate onto the left heel as the left toes point to sky, keeping your heart sideways and just stretching through the hips. Couple of breaths, nice and steady, just checking out the space, right? Grace in your space. And of course, check out the other side. So when you're ready, hand walk all the way over. Turn the left toes out, squat, hips towards that left heel, and roll the right toes to sky. Breathe into these new spaces, because when you put your body in a new shape, the breath can bring the energy into new avenues. All right, awesome. Come on back to middle. Feet are parallel. Walk it out to fingertip, halfway lift, inhale. Hands to hip bones, and we'll take another inhale. We'll breathe it all the way sky high. Beautiful. Hands circle upward, nice big breath, and then turn it out, warrior two on the exhale. Beautiful. Now feel that right arm and circle it forward. Turn on the right toes. Let's come into high crescent. Left toes are forward. And here comes that power of 5. Reach the hands up, big inhale. Lean forward, arms swoop behind, exhale. Back to sky, inhale. 4 more rolling breaths. Exhale, cycle low. Beautiful. Inhale, float you up. Good. Exhale, cycle through. Good. Let's take a couple more of these breaths. Rising, lifting our day. Exhale, washing out what we don't need. Inhale, freedom up high. Exhale, release down low. Come on back up high. 1 more breath. Arms wide on the exhale, nice and smooth. Good. Inhale, hands to prayer. And then take a power step, right foot next to left foot. Exhale. Circle hands sky high, big breath up. Center them back, prayer, exhale. Tree pose, balance on the right leg, left toes, kickstand or calf perch. Shift into your steadiness, your sthiti, right? Calm is a superpower. Right? Bruce Lee said one of the greatest lessons you can learn in life is how to remain calm, right? Nothing negative has ever come from being calm. Right? In fact, that's one of the heartbeats of clarity is the calmness. And that's why nature's so pure. Right? You go out to the ocean, right? Maybe a gentle breeze, nothing much happening, very calm day. You just get a lot of clarity when you go out there. So as often as you can, come on back to nature, right? Find some time outdoors, but then come back to your true nature inside. Right? Take a space from a busy mind. Maybe meditate. This yoga flow is amazing. This is fundamentally changing your nervous system. And your nervous system is making a very different type of chemistry inside. Alchemical production. You're creating a pharmacopoeia of healing. Right? This is the original pharmacy. It is the internal space of human spirit consciously awakening to its power as consciousness and turning the body into a self-productive pharmacy. Beautiful. Feet to ground, circle those hands to sky, inhale. Hands prayer, exhale. Balance on the left foot and float the right knee up in front of you. Flex the right toes to the shin. Tuck the chin, lift the crown of the head. Take 1 more inhale. Press it back, warrior 3 on the exhale. Right leg floats behind, lean forward. Good. Find that space, hover and float. Notice how the body's strong and the face is peaceful. Right? You can regulate different energetic expressions that are complementary. And in fact, that's necessary. Right? The feet are pushing into the earth. The arms are hovering lightly. Everything needs to take its own expression and balance. Divine right balance, divine right order, divine right timing. Feel that right foot behind you. Gently land it back into warrior 2. Left palm to sky. Inhale up and back. Peaceful warrior. Good. Exhale. Cartwheel those hands all the way to earth. High to low plank vinyasa. Glide it on down. Ride it out. Good. Lower through. Lift the heart. Scoop the chest. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Hips back. Downward facing dog. Exhale. And let's come on into pigeon pose. So if you like right leg to sky, float it up. Wrap that right leg under and through on the exhale, straight through the back left toes and leg. And then just soften on down, forward, release. come into your own. Right? This is your home zone. Right? This is your space. And you got to reclaim it. Right? No one else is going to be you. No one else can be you. No one can make your heart beat. Right? So as you come here, you're establishing your own rhythms. Right? If our emotional body ever gets upset, right, that's our responsibility to calm it down. Right? Because thinking anything less, that someone else or something else has power over us, that's, it's a misunderstanding on our part. Right? We deserve better understanding of universal mechanics and our creational power. Right? When we label ourselves as upset because of this or because of that, and we point the finger away from ourselves, then we're disempowering ourselves, because we're saying the power does not reside within me, the power is outside of me. And that contradicts what we already know. Right? We go inward to come back to peace and power. Right? We went inward to find ourselves and to stabilize. Right? If you're externalized outward, that's a form of slavery, dependent on something else. We're sovereign beings. And this is a living practice of liberation. Right? You're liberating yourselves. You're deprogramming faulty mental and emotional algorithms that all humans pretty much carry, and most of us don't realize that we're carrying a misalignment within us, and that's distorting and disrupting the natural flow of energy, and we're falling out of alignment with the universal rhythms and the healing God principle of oneness. Right? God, source, first, eternal, eternally loving universe, co-create in harmony. Beautiful. Let's come on out of this side, hands under shoulders, float those torsos up. We'll lift the hips up and back, tuck those toes, and we'll find ourselves out, downward facing dog. When you are ready for the other side, left leg, breathe it up, inhale, and wrap that leg across, opposite knee, exhale, straight through back toes, settle on down, come into the nice yin style energy space. Again, where else are you going to get this frequency flowing through your body? A lot of people, they'll try to find a cheap imitation, grab a glass of wine, or, do a quick little online shop, or, some type of dopamine rush. But that doesn't go deep. That doesn't change anything. That's just a temporary coping mechanism that kind of slows down our journey, slows down our healing and our power, and things don't leave us until we learn the lesson that they're here to teach. So once we start to recognize our own patterns and realize what we're repeating, well, then we can ask ourselves, what is this trying to teach me? And we can do it from a calm emotional state where we're not judging, right, anything or putting a label on it. Even if it doesn't feel good, we can look at it in a really mature way, spiritually mature vision, and then look for the lesson. And once you learn that lesson, then everything will change. Right? Because everything's here to teach us something. And once we learn that lesson, then, things move on. Right? We evolve. More energy's opened up. The world becomes a better place. You become more of you. Harmony returns. It's a beautiful, beautiful dance. All right, let's come on out of this. Hands under shoulders. Lift those torsos up. We'll slide up and back nice and steady. And then take your time, come on down to sit bones when you're ready. Circle those legs out. We're going to grab Janu Sirsasana. We're going to take a seated stretch. So we just had that left leg under, so straighten the right leg out. As you bend that left knee towards your tummy, open that left leg easy and steady. And let's take our arms to sky. So nice big breath up. And then slide out all the way over the length of that right leg, forward folding. You got an open hip and a straight leg, and you can just breathe it all the way through. Good. Soften on down. Let gravity be the masseuse. Meet yourself consciously and see your resistance points inside. Again, these are internal blockages that we have to become aware of to heal. Because if energy stays unconscious, the pattern will go unchanged, and it'll just remain. And we'll keep recycling the same existence, right, with no growth. And that's not optimal. That's not us. That's not you. Beautiful. When you are ready, just inhale, roll yourself back up smooth. You take your left hand under your left knee, help it up, straighten out that left leg, maybe bounce the knees if that feels good, and then bend that right knee. Roll it open off to the side like a little doggy ear or triangle, and wiggle your sit bones, get your roots. Inhale, float the hands sky high up, and then exhale, slide on down all the way over. Soften on down, breathe in. Check out both sides, right? Just went from one side to the other. What can you learn? Were they balanced? One side have different experience than the other? Right? Teach yourself. Your body is an unfolding library, right? So many books to read about it. Our cellular memory is right here for us. And all we have to do is just become more intimate with ourselves as consciousness, and then use that consciousness to scan through our physical tissues and our minds, bring the power of the breath in, which is, again, a conscious attribute. Consciousness brings the breath in to a whole different dimension. It breathes a spiritual dimension in to the mental, emotional, and physical realms. These are all applications. Right? We're all alchemists. We can all, lovingly bend time and co-create on higher and higher levels. Beautiful. All right, come on back up on the inhale. Right hand under right knee, just help it up and straighten those legs out. And then when you're ready, make sure there's space behind you on your yoga mat, and we'll roll it all the way onto our back. You can come on to a classic knee hug. And if it feels good, float those legs to the sky, grab an inversion for a couple, just let the lymphatic system drain, right? Let the back rest down. All the organs can rest on top of the spine instead of hanging off. And feel that weight shift, right? There's a physical weight shift, but there's a shift in your nervous system, right? The energy shifts. And that's why the mystics had so much connection to and respect for inversion practices. Because when you go into an inverted state, right, like a headstand or a shoulder stand, or even just getting the legs up the sky, or happy baby, right, you're doing a major energetic shift. And it's very healing when you're aware of the energy and you maintain the center way of the harmony and the organic principles. So just take another inhale or so. When you're ready, exhale, just come on back nice and smooth. And as you come back to a knee hug, just open your arms off to the side like cactuses. Right, elbows bent. And knees are bent 90, and just roll the knees off to the left side, keeping the shoulders grounded, and look over to the right side. Breathe into every shape. And you're making shapes all the time, driving your car, walking around. Asanas never stop. We're always in a yoga asana. So one more inhale, pull it back into middle. And exhale, just rotate off to the other side. Keep the shoulders grounded. Stay aware of your anchor. Let the space open up in an integral way, which is what form and technique and loving attention is. It's the opening up of your inner lotuses. Inhale, come on back to middle. Wrap it up, take one more knee hug, squeeze, head to knee, little ball, big breath in. When you're ready, exhale, Shavasana, let the arms and legs melt all the way out. For next easy little bit. Core release immersion. Eternal at one, inner home star. Shavasana. yourself back in the body. Wiggle through those fingertips or toes. Circle those wrists or ankles. Stretch out long through arms and legs. Big breaths in. Come on back to knee hug. Or, when you're ready, roll it up to an easy seated space. Just let the sit bones start to ground down. Spine floats tall. Feeling all those centers just merging back into the one center. And let's take 3 arm breaths to prepare the lungs for Om. So inhale, send those hands sky high, inhale. Heart center prayer, exhale. 2 more, inhale. 1 more if you like. Hands prayer in front of heart. Inhale for 3 Om. Beautiful. Float those thumbs up to your forehead. Prayer hands in front of your now diamond mind as a final reminder of the one who's always witnessing, which is you as pure, eternal consciousness. So way behind the thoughts of your mind and way behind the emotions of your body, at the core center of yourself, there's eternal stillness, peace, and clarity, which is you in your natural state. In this space, call to mind the intention you set at the beginning of your yoga practice, noticing that you fully merged with this intention and you're now shining brighter. Not only lighting the way for yourself brighter, but also shining the way brighter for all others as we're all walking each other home. With this sacred awareness and connection, take an inhale. Bow in gratitude, reverent respect, and anything else that comes to you on the exhale. Rising back on the inhale, hand settle, heart center prayer, exhale. As you fully merge with your breath, feeling your peaceful power. Draw an inhale in your own time, easily exhale, carrying with you your peaceful power for the rest of the day and the days to come. Namaste.